Let me ask you something. When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Ding, ding, ding. Good morning. Ding, ding, ding. Ba, 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 ba. Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. Ding, ding, ding.
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. ironrealmmedia is the best on the plains. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
We could listen to Iron Realm Media in a nanosecond, but we've lost the technology. And it's a hard process to rebuild truth frequency radio. And it's too bad because Iron Realm Media is a wonderful program.
Proven beyond any doubt.
Good morning. Here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Cami thinks, internet, the earth is flat. It's like school, internet.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe that dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, I'm afraid of course, that there is no dark matter out there. So what? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Well, TGIM. Looks like we've made it to another Monday, and welcome to the IRONWORX, where I'm, here, tolerating being awake, I guess. How you doing, fellas?
Still not awake yet.
Yeah, it's amazing what one little nighttime podcast will do to your whole effing schedule. You wouldn't think that staying up to 8 o'clock would really throw me off that much.
Really throw it off, I know, right?
Given I don't go to bed till 8:30. But didn't quite work out that well.
Yeah, I know. Yes, well. But that's okay. It was worth it. Here, baby, you're already starting trouble. She's on the keyboard. Did she mess it up? No.
It was. It was a good show.
Here's my idea. A new show idea today.
Uh-oh.
And I'm sure it's been done before, but I mean, if you look around, you can pretty much find a channel that shows and streams any idea or subject matter. So why don't we do live 2-hour naps today?
Probably not a bad idea.
No? Okay.
I'm not sure the network can handle all the extra traffic we'll get, but it's always worth a shot, I reckon. Well, I think that was supposed to be a joke, but I think we're all just going to do it, nod right off. Sorry, I was looking at articles in the Space Letters pile, seeing which ones I can grab.
No, sorry about that.
If you got
I'm trying to get Hank back in the room without jumping up and down and stomping and waking everybody up.
I just saw in the chat that you took Hank to work on Saturday. How'd that go?
I know I did too. That was cute.
You saw what?
That you taking
picture of
Hank to work?
Oh. Yeah, you got to come to work. That was awesome.
You did all right?
Yeah, the truck was like 50 feet away from me. I could see it the whole time. So I was like, it was lunchtime, and he said I got an hour. I was like, man, I can be there and back in no time. So Hank got to come in. It was only like 71 degrees, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah, he had fun barking at people. Anybody who came near, this one guy wouldn't get out of his vehicle. He parked like right next to him. Hank's a big old softy, but he can look like it's just when he wants to. Oh, man, yeah, I had a lot of fun last night. That was awesome. Over on the Tinfoil Sombrero show.
Yeah, it was a fun show.
Ugh. I don't know why I couldn't fall asleep last night. It took me forever.
Me too. That was the problem. It wasn't to go into bed a little bit later or any of that. I do that on my own pretty often. It was just not able to wind down and go to sleep. I was still all keyed up, I guess, from the conversation.
We were talking about those guys too much.
Probably. I thought that same thing later.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
I was working on my shell, though. My shell of light last night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Wow, yeah. I'll talk to you. Man. Back. Yeah. I learned some new stuff last night with my shell of light.
Okay.
Yeah. Seemed like rubbing my eyes. Like close your eyes and ball your fists. And it really enhanced it, we'll say. My capabilities of controlling the light.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a long night. So now they're saying, yeah, they're finally doing away with the Department of Education. But the dismantling broke the law by failing to consult Native Americans, tribes say. What tribes? What tribes are so upset that the Department of Education is getting taken away?
Well, I think historically, the Native Americans are really fond of white people education schools and being taken away and having their hair cut, all that good stuff. Yeah, I can see why they'd be real upset.
Yeah, everything we give the federal government control over becomes corrupt and they destroy it. It becomes worse, at least. At the very least, it's going to be worse than it was when they got it. No. Give the education back to the states. And they compete. You get results.
Yeah. Given the disparity in some of the school funding as it is, I'm not sure that giving parents school choice in the way of education credits like that, where you can transfer them and take them and apply them to whichever school you'd like your child to go, may not be the best situation. Because if you take all the high dollar money out of an area and you move it, say, somewhere else, now all the kids with low income are left there in that school. They can't go anywhere. They're just left with shit schools and shit education because they just don't have the money required to keep it up and running. So then you're either forced to send your child to a shit school because you can't afford to move somewhere where there's a better school, or you go broke trying to send your kid way the hell out where all the funding is. And I can see that leaving lots of kids in the lurch.
Yeah.
That said, I wouldn't mind
Well, my sister, go ahead.
Just a national campaign that would encourage homeschooling.
Mm-hmm.
Trouble with that is wages aren't quite what they should be, whereas you can have one parent working and one parent at home. At least not until we get most of that, half of that equation at home. Like if we could have the number of workers that we have in the workforce, that would make wages go up. So if we could just figure out who's best suited to be out there working and who's best suited to be staying at home with the kids, we're going to be in a real predicament. And did you see how good I did last night?
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Nico said she had, what, civil right to life or something. It was a civil right to equality. Yeah. That's what it was. She had a civil right to equality. And I let her continue thinking that.
Yep. There's a time and a place.
Not my show.
For that matter.
Well, I know Saturday we spent the day, or most of the day, with the sister-in-law who got her master's degree in, she's a speech therapist. I know there's a word for it, but I can't think this early with no brain. So apparently prior to finding out that they're about to do away with, her whatever, the system of education that she's tied into now, prior to that, she was told that her profession is now no longer going to be recognized as a professional level profession. If that, you know what I mean? Like, however they tier all that shit. So all that money and all that education and, time spent really don't mean anything now. So she was not happy about all that.
I think I dropped something in one of the show preps about this very thing. If I didn't, I meant to. Yeah. Stop counting nursing. This comes for borrowing money for your degree. Education, including a teaching master's degree, is not considered a professional degree. Social work, public health, physician assistant, occupational therapy, physical therapy, audiology, speech language pathology, and counseling and therapy are no longer degrees that are recognized as profession. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
We kind of need those people to help other people. That's a profession. They should be making good money doing this kind of thing. Like teachers, really? Isn't a profession anymore? They're kind of essential. Unless everybody starts homeschooling, you're gonna need teachers. Ooh. Physical therapy. And these are important people in the neighborhood. You know, Mr. Rogers would have said hi to these people. Yeah, that's horrible. I'm too tired to start ranting, though. Gotta get this coffee into me first. Who is Tommy Robinson?
I'll bite. Who
He's
is Tommy Robinson?
I think he's out in the UK. I think he's one of them kind of loud political figures in the UK.
They say his supporters are turning to Christianity.
It's a wave.
Ba, ba, da, ba. Just wondering, so is this guy an atheist? Is he from some other religion?
I don't think he's particularly religious, as I recall. And
Yeah,
maybe
it looks like-
a little, but I think it's still part of the whole. I'd be curious what religion they're going to. Or if this is part of the Ortho Bros.
One of his followers says he does not necessarily believe in God, but he started going to church. Huh.
I could see that. I mean, if you get to be a secular Jew, I don't see why you can't be a secular Christian. Except that I suppose that Christianity is not necessarily a race of people. But that said, I think that you could say, well, I don't necessarily believe the Christian religion. However, I believe in Christian ethics and think the country would run better using Christian morals that are grounded in something as opposed to grounded in nothing. That makes everything just a case of preferences. That being said, I did see Rachel Wilson tear the shit out of Craig from Fight the Flat Earth.
Oh, God, that would be easy for her.
Yeah, he's something.
He's good, too. Yeah. I think it's funny when she swears and cusses, but she really doesn't need to get her point across. like Andrew, it seems more natural when Andrew does it. But when Rachel does it, it's almost like a, oh my gosh, mom just cussed type of moment.
She says, no, an ad hominem attack is when you have no argument and you just insult somebody. I defeated your argument and then I insulted you. That's not ad hominem attack.
Yeah, they both know how to debate really well. I would not want to be when mom and dad are arguing. The arguments probably go on forever. No, I'm joking.
No, I bet you he puts a kibosh on that pretty quick.
Oh.
Seems like I saw something else. Might have been a Professor Dave video. I'm trying to remember how that worked in. I don't remember.
Professor of nothing. And everybody tears that guy apart in debate. It's fun. Well, I mean, tell me there isn't some type of agenda pushing these guys. They're all about the whole, there's boys should be able to play in women's sports. It should be based on testosterone levels and this and that and blah, blah. It's like, oh my God. They're following like everything Neil deGrasse Tyson says, pretty much. Like he is one of their high priests, I think. I bet they all have him tattooed on their body somewhere.
What kind of jackhole would want to tattoo Neil deGrasse Tyson? Or even Don Pettit for that one.
That was more of a dare, though.
Yeah, you still got to sit your ass down in that tattoo artist's chair and say, hey, put a Don Pettit tattoo on my leg.
Big shout out to Rico.
Big shout out to Rico.
Thanks for having us on last night, man. That was fun.
And for the record, I'm all about a 5-hour double, triple, quadruple hang or whatever that was being mentioned there at the end, but doing it during the holidays might be a bit of a rub.
Yeah.
Well, I think he was talking end of December into January, so it might not be till next year. So maybe after the new year might be the best time.
Mm-hmm.
Go over the last year. Preempt the next. At least for those that think that the new year starts in January.
So actually, yeah, I'll just share this in the show prep one. You guys see this? I'm just seeing this for the very first time. Scientists capture first photos of living ginkgo-tooth beaked whales.
What was
Get
the
the
word?
fuck outta here.
What was the word before beaked whales?
Ginkgo.
Ginkgo, like biloba.
Their memory.
Yeah,
Right.
Sweet. So you can improve your memory and have oil to burn your lamps in.
So they're saying it's photographed alive for the first time. Maybe they've seen them washed up on the shore or something like that. Or maybe they're in the, yeah, right, fossil record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, only shots of dead ones found on beaches. They believe it was a juvenile. For something you've only seen washed up on beaches, how the fuck would you really know?
It was very despondent. Kind of a smart mouth. Wouldn't pick up after itself. You know, like adolescents do.
So another species of whale. Yeah, this place is huge.
Land whale.
Going after a land shark. Georgia voters stand by Marjorie Taylor Greene after she stood up to Trump, says the New York Times. Yeah, how many Georgia voters? Because they're saying, well, I don't know. It's so funny. You know, it's not just the Democrats that are all mean and spiteful, and I mean the Republican, like the talking heads, especially in the YouTube groups, kind of like not so much the Daily Wire, well, definitely the Daily Wire circle, but the people who cover the Daily Wire all the time. They're all gung-ho Trump, and they used to love Marjorie Taylor Greene, and now they all hate her because she's calling out Trump over the Epstein. Well, what they're saying is that Trump is not backing her for the next election coming up, and she doesn't think she's going to win, so she's quitting early and not even rerunning again. But I don't know. I don't follow this stuff enough to pay attention to that. I just kind of watch the big picture of it all. But yeah, I think this is her push to run for president in 2028. It's going to be her campaign. She's going to, I bet. I don't think she's going to win at all. Like,
no.
Not even come close in the primary. But her whole campaign is going to be transparency, blah, 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 blah. We're going to release all the files.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You think you have access to them, even if you were president? Okay.
That's real cute, Marjorie.
You go get those files. Wow, 25% of the U.S. Navy's deployed warships are now in the Caribbean. Dang. We are at war with
pretty
Venezuela.
Well, pretty close to it.
Everything but declaring it. Well, no, we've already declared war on the cartels. Isn't there a lot of something besides oil that comes out of Venezuela?
Venezuelans?
Yeah, not coffee either. I'm sure there's another substance.
Stimulant, though, probably.
Yeah, stimulant.
Probably.
Yeah, they're talking about amphibious raids, coastal seizure missions. Holy shit, dude. They're talking about boots on the ground. I've always said I wanted to live in Venezuela. except for the whole government there and all that kind of stuff. But as far as like perfection when it comes to the weather I want, get about 8,000 feet up, and it's probably about 70, 75 degrees, maybe 80 every day. Every single day. High altitude, right along the equator. Now you go down the mountain, it's going to be warm, you know. You'll be in the jungle. But you get high enough, not as many bugs, not as many trees everywhere, you know, they start thinning out when you get up there. And the weather stays nice and perfect all the time.
Now, do we really think that Venezuela's putting out more cocaine than, like, Colombia?
No, probably not. But then again, I don't know. I really don't know about the whole drug trade and who's doing what. I know the movies always told me it was mostly Colombia. Shit, we could have the fields here somewhere. I still say that's what Afghanistan was 95% all about. Poppy fields. They couldn't grow poppies legally here, and they needed a place for their pharmaceutical companies. And Afghanistan just happens to be a great place to grow that stuff. Yeah. And they were charging the pharmaceutical companies way too much money for it. You been watching Sean Ryan lately, Josh?
I think I watched a little bit of his last one, which is, of course, the ones that are hard to watch. He had the young hacker kid on talking about all the horrible, disturbing, fudged up stuff that he finds in the dark recesses of the child predator rooms on the internet.
Nothing gets done about it.
Mm-hmm. He points it out and nothing happens, or points it out and people get a slap on the wrist.
Didn't they find some politician that was like running a ring? Like a child pornography ring. Not so much the trafficking of actual children, but just trafficking of images of children. Some politician.
Well, certainly wouldn't surprise me.
I don't think they ever gave the name or anything, though.
Why would you? If they did that, you might not vote for him next cycle. But if you don't know who it is.
Oh, the histories of these, like, so many jobs require a background check, right? Have you seen any of the backgrounds of some of these congressmen? It's like a demon's resume almost. Some of the stuff that they've done, and they still get into Congress somehow.
Makes you wonder if you could vote someone in, but they're not allowed because they couldn't pass a background check. Or do you need to pass a background check to get on the ballot? I don't know.
Should a background check be part of your campaign? Like the little words at the bottom of the advertisement? May have been to prison.
I think it should be on the fucking splash page, on the home page of your fucking campaign website.
Mm-hmm. This is my background check.
Mhm.
All the times I've been arrested or accused of something, of this or that. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they've got to if they can get a security clearance. Got to go through a background check.
I mean, they don't even get drug tested, like ever. I think they should get drug tested every time they go to vote. Kind of important.
Yeah.
There's been multiple members that have been caught wasted voting. I'm sorry, you get paid a whole lot of money to sit on your ass and talk all day and then go up there and push a button. You can be sober when it's time to push that button. That's your job. Coffee's setting in now.
Starting to get that caffeine rush.
Uh-huh.
Suddenly things start to piss you off a little more than they did when you first woke up.
Ew, winter weather alert.
Cortisol.
Alaska, Montana, Colorado, and New Mexico. 18 inches of snowfall. Yeah, that shocked me about New Mexico, but a lot of it is higher elevation desert. It's not like out there in western Arizona or the California region. They're much lower. New Mexico's not so much up a mountain. I mean, there are mountains up there. It's just up on a higher plateau. Yeah, I'm kind of missing the desert. Weird. Around this time when it starts getting cold, I start missing the desert. Beautiful sunsets. I was looking through my pictures the other day of all the sunsets I took out there. And yeah, none of the pictures do any of them justice, like the actual view. I'd look at the picture and I'd close my eyes and see it, and it's like, man, I wish you could see what is in my head. This doesn't do it justice. Oh no, there was a performance disruption at the Met.
Oh man.
Security lapsed and allowed protesters to disrupt. Oh, those poor rich people. Their kidskin gloves. Kid isn't a baby goat. Of course. The U.S. Transportation Department is urging air passengers to be on good behavior. Oh, you could tell how far into idiocracy we're getting when they have to tell grown adults to behave in public.
That, or it's the thermometer for how the society is feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about during COVID and how pissed off people got needing to wear masks on airplanes and all that shit, and people just refusing to do it and causing a scene. Like, how many people actually threw a fit? Airplane disruptions are up like exponentially high compared to that. Like, things are worse now on airplanes than they were during COVID. Airlines
that's what it's saying.
Yeah, airlines are getting a lot more complaints and shit filed against them or to them than ever before, including COVID, which is what boggles my mind. That's the mentality, the temperament of so many people here. I think a lot of people are on edge.
You think there's a catalyst out there that could set this off? Not saying I want it. Just wondering, because we've been...
Oh, I guarantee there is. Look at 9/11. I think they definitely have catalysts that they think will set it off.
I think they have them for both bringing us together and pushing us further apart. I've been thinking about it, that game, that New World Order card game. Like an alien invasion card. Just like positive things. For morale and this and that. It's weird. The game's weird. Like everything you do does good and bad at the same time.
Yeah, Laura, if I was going to title a video, I think using the word better would have been a much more good choice of words.
It's better than bad. It's good.
Yep. It is definitely before 5 a.m. So I actually found I get emails from that goofy site Nextdoor. Like I don't ever log onto it or log into it and like search and browse and see what the neighborhood's doing. But I do get emails on occasion for having signed up once upon a time. And I noticed the headline of the email, or at least in the notification where it gives you a little preview. It was from Nextdoor. I'm trying to even remember what the little blurb even said. But it was like something about if you have a secret, come share it with us or something. But what kind of twisted shit is this? So I clicked on it, and apparently kind of here locally, it's closer to my in-laws' house. But apparently a few people decided to start a little podcast where they all just kind of sit around and get high and bullshit. Thought, well, now if ever there was a podcast I could be on and would probably fit in pretty well, it's that one. And that's sort of their thing. They smoke weed, maybe talk a little dirty sometimes, get a little adult themed, but basically just sit around and bullshit and hang out with each other and broadcast it. So I reached out, and we'll see how that goes. You might see me on the Doobie Den podcast here before too long.
Cool. Let us know.
Will do. That being said, everybody head on over to the Doobie Den podcast. Tell them Josh says hi. There's my alarm.
Uh-oh. Well, well, well.
I know that's right.
So I don't know if you guys have heard of this Cavendish dude. So as I was laying there trying to go to sleep and kind of reading a few little articles to throw into the pile, I came across this one that I thought, well, I might want to see what this is all about. I may be wrong all this time about how much bullshit's involved in this Cavendish experiment. Turns out you had no idea. So, I mean, it all boils down to this. We from this article anyway, what I'm understanding, in the 1600s, we got like the law of gravitation. And it comes with a formula, and that means it's mathy. So I don't really want to get into the mathiness of it. But if you use that equation, apparently, you can figure out the mass of any object, as long as you know the mass of the first object, allegedly. So say if you were to use one of these lead weight type ball thingies that you knew the weight and mass of, allegedly you could hang that in a shed and weigh the earth with it. So I thought, well, this article's going to explain this to me. Now I can understand it. I will understand how they say they've actually weighed the earth they're standing on. Like when you pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, that whole thing. So Newton thought that doing it wouldn't be possible because it's a long story here, but basically that's not the case. Turns out knowing the mass and density of the earth is pretty easy. I'm trying to get to it again. I lost it. The cat helped me scroll. Where was it? The Royal Society in 1772 set up the Committee of Attraction. It wasn't a dating site. It was to figure out the weight of the earth. Now, they apparently they attempted this by using a mountain in Scotland. The mountain was called Schiehallion. I've dated a few of those. Anyway, apparently the mass of Schiehallion attracted pendulums towards it. Now, I've been to Oregon, where there are lots of mountains near me, around me. And, being in that area, I definitely walked into quite a few crystal shops because, believe it or not, there's lots of crystals to be had in areas where there's mountains and shit. And in those shops, there were, so many pendulums hanging around. Pendulums that would start swinging when I got near them. But I never noticed one kind of leaning out, hanging towards the mountain. So I'm saying this, shenanigans. I'm calling shenanigans on the fact that they're saying a pendulum was being sucked towards the Magic Mountain in Scotland. But perhaps it happened.
I believe it. I think it makes sense that a mountain would have way more mass than the entire rest of the earth combined.
That, you would think that. You would think that. And how are they getting just the density of the mountain alone without knowing the density of the earth in the first place? Or did they measure that? Actually, is there a mountain scale that I'm not aware of?
Yeah, you just take the total weight of the earth and then subtract the weight.
Damn it, why did I think of that? Well, how very fucking scientific.
Right?
Apparently they measured the pendulum's movement and they surveyed the mountain. And they were able to calculate the rough density of the earth. So walk around on the mountain, swing the pendulum, boom. Earth weighs, there's a number. 5 with a comma, with 974 with a comma, with then 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 zeros behind it. That's in kilograms.
Only 21 zeros?
Only 21. Now, if you go with the pounds, it's 13, 170, 12, 15, 18, 21 again, 21 zeros. But you see the mathematical difference there. Anyway, apparently in 1797, we got the value of G for that little equation. I didn't want to read out because math. And once we got that, well, shit, it was all easy because, in 1797.
Do they go into how it is we determined what the value of G is?
Right here, geologist Reverend John Mitchell, who was apparently a geologist, had been working on the problem, but apparently he wasn't able to finish it because he became dead. Yes, that's what the sentence says. He didn't die, he became dead. Instead, our good buddy Henry, using Mitchell's equipment, performed the experiment. Using a relatively simple setup, which would be shown to us in this video if I give a shit enough to watch it, he was able to measure the force between two metal spheres separated by a known distance, and then the gravitational force of the Earth exerted on the smaller ball could be measured by weighing it, and the density of the ball was also known. And so looking at the ratio between the two forces, that revealed the mass of the Earth about, as I said, 5,974, 21 zeros. If you're interested. And that's where the article ends. It doesn't explain, how the fuck kind of bullshit psychosis that this ever was even thought to be real. It doesn't explain that. It just goes, here you go. Here's some numbers. This is what they got. And that's the explanation you're getting from this story. And again, I didn't know it was so fucking scientific. I didn't have a clue. In case anybody else wants to delve into that video and watch it, I'll give it to you. There it is. Enjoy. And I see you dropped that show. I mean that podcast.
Science,
thing.
Bro.
Will subscribe to the Doobie Den. I am subscribed.
So what happened? Anybody hear about what happened with YouTube and the name thing that's been going on?
Yeah.
Why?
Guess we could look it up. Find out.
Yeah, I think I started my YouTube in 2011. That was the name I chose. Good times for all.
Okay. Okay, so YouTube chats are now showing unique @handles instead of display names to improve security, prevent impersonation, and enable mobile tagging in live chat. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's the reason. All their bullshit, 4 bullet points before this meant nothing. But the last bullet point, unique handles make it easier for moderators to identify and take action against users who might be using multiple accounts, even if they try to use different channel names.
Wait, what? So if I were to log in on a different account on YouTube, it's still going to show up as IRONWORX?
I guess so. That's what it seems to imply.
Well, let's see.
Let's put that to the test.
I can check real quick my damn self. Let me see. Say I was to go to this account. Oh shit, I broke everything. Let's see who I am now. Oh wow. That's funny. Who's that dude?
What's up, Truth Slinger?
What's up, ironrealmmedia podcast? That's funny shit. And these all are under my Basebones account. All these other channels that never really went anywhere. That was the channel me and James were going to use together. And then, what is this one? Oh, that's just a different one. Wait, what is this one? That's my karaoke channel. Okay. All right, let me get back to myself. How do I do that? Ladder head. All right, I did it. I'm back.
I see. I think I understand now. Let's try this one. Yeah. No? Well, I don't know what they're saying then. Because, like, I can have multiple channels under one address, one email address.
And they all come up when you do it.
And each one has a separate handle name to it.
Are they all
As long
on
as
the
they're
same
keeping
email
it safe.
address?
Some of them are. Like, yeah.
Yeah, post Space Bones. It's a metalopolis. Good God, have mercy.
Metalopolis.
It's a death clock thing. It's a death clock thing.
Doodly do tick tock tick tock. You stop it and be nice. Sorry.
Good morning, Hankery.
Hey.
Hankery.
Good morning, sir. Guy walking down the road and Hank has to be a jerk. I didn't even see him. Sorry about that. Oh. A little chilly out this morning. It was like 39 degrees. What is that? Fahrenheit 3 or Celsius 3?
Believe you.
39.
Hi. Good morning. Sorry, I have a new cat upon me here trying to mess the keyboard up. You can't do
Ryan.
that. Come on. Get over here with Daddy. Yeah, come on.
Orion's visible in the western sky right now.
Very nice.
Eastern U.S. I need to get the night vision. Been seeing lights around here. But right down. I
believe you are right at the edge of your service area, Zack. You're breaking up a little bit. Or completely.
Or gone, right. One of those. Wait. I'm confused.
Any better now?
That's
yeah,
better.
there you go. Oh, good.
Yeah, I don't live too far from country. Me and Hank went for a ride down there yesterday after we washed the truck. Man, it is gorgeous down that way because you can see the Blue Ridge Mountains off in the background. It's all mountain view this and mountain view that and yada, yada, yada.
Now, when they say mountain view, do they mean view from the mountains or view of the mountains?
View of the mountain.
Seems to me like a view from the mountains would be much better.
Yeah, I can agree. Boy.
Tony Coriolis is currently in Mountain View Park. What's up, Tony?
Yeah, I've been wondering how that International Truth Conference went.
From everything I saw, it seemed to go pretty well.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's awesome. And that quartzite's not an easy place to pull off to have something like that because it's hours from the closest international airport. I think Phoenix is like 2.5 hours away, something like that, I think. That's where I was when I went to Denver for my first conference. Ooh, -2 Celsius in Bavaria. Is that 25 degrees, something like that? 26 degrees? Yeah, that's chilly. Now, Walter might say that's cold.
A bit nippy.
Yeah, I might just say that's chilly. Oh, I gotta start getting ready. Jury convicts Minnesota man of faking Purple Heart, POW medals, and stolen valor scheme to steal VA benefits. Yep, good.
That's all I need for my VA benefits is a fake medal.
Yeah.
They'll see my fake Purple Heart and think, well, surely he's former military. And we'll just go ahead and add him to the system that he's not in already. No DD-214? Fuck it. You've got a Purple Heart medal. That's close enough. Got a POW MIA patch? Well, you must be military.
The craziest part is some of these guys actually do serve, but they don't, they'll be discharged early, or they'll want to say they're like a Navy SEAL, even though they went through and did, their job. Yeah, you weren't a Navy SEAL, but they're running some kind of company and you can be trained by a Navy SEAL, blah, blah, blah. It looks good for business, right? Yeah, but you weren't a Navy SEAL, so you really can't put that out there and use that. That's called stolen valor. So this guy was trying to get $146,000 in benefits. So he was convicted of wire and mail fraud using false military discharge certificate and fraudulent use of military medals.
See, he did have a DD 214 and fake medals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like his DD 214. He bought it, most likely. He claimed to have been deployed in Iraq in 2005 with Lima Company, 3rd Battalion, 25th Marine Regiment, injured and captured as a prisoner of war. Never in the service. Yeah.
Now, they might have changed things, but I'm pretty sure my DD 214 is like a long form legal page, right? Not a regular 11.5 by 5.5 sheet of paper. It's like the longer, and I think they used not the carbon copies, but like the multiple copies, right? So each one's kind of thin. It's not a regular like cardstock kind of paper. It's thin, really thin paper, and they're a little bit longer than normal. I don't see how you could fake that short of actually having to buy someone's DD 214.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it'd be real hard to get
there's
that.
People out there that'll make them up for you.
Oh, I know.
Counterfeiters. Yeah.
When I was in the military, I had friends in the admin. So at 18 years old, that's one of the ways I was able to meet older women at the bar was having an ID that said I was 22, because they just issued me a fake ID. So I had 2 military IDs. One was my real one and one was my fake one with my fake age. But they just went in and gave me, it was a legit military ID. It came from the exact same people, only my birth date was different.
Wow. Pays to know.
Shout out to that fine young woman I met at the Country Dance Club in Long Beach. I wasn't 22.
You shouldn't have done that. You were just a baby.
Convince her of it. You know, she had this really cool house too, where the pool was like right in the middle of her house, and the house was basically built around it. It was like a donut, but in the middle of the donut is where the pool was, so you could access the pool from like 5 different rooms.
That's awesome. Oh. I didn't really even check the weather all that well. What's going on today? Let's see. It's 46 now, going up to 66. It ain't going to be a super warm morning.
We're not getting out of the 50s.
Yeah, that's coming. We got a high of 47 Friday. I won't be working, though. Unless there's a... Well, you never know. It is Thanksgiving holiday. There's usually a lot of drunk idiots out. We'll see if any of them hit a pole in the area this weekend.
Big shout out to Alex Michael there in chat. Got to watch your Man on the Moon video last night over on the tinfoil sombrero. That's how they wrapped up the show.
Immensely.
Yeah, that was really good. And for the record, we are still Patreon members of Conspiracy Music Guru. So if you're not, head on over to Patreon and sign up. All kinds of early release stuff over there. And if you don't support what you love, it will go away.
Everything except us.
Everything except us, the people too dumb to quit.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Watch out, buddy. Get out.
It is Monday.
It is Monday.
To a short week, though. It might as well be Wednesday.
Oh, shit. It is a short week, isn't it? Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Only 3 days. And 4 off. Not going to know what to do with myself. Yeah, it was awesome. I got to work Saturday. Got out there at, 6:45-ish. It was just a road closure. So we put some cones up and blocked off 2 roads in this one parking lot. Worked till about 3:15. Got paid till 7:30.
Nice.
Yeah, 12-and-a-half-hour day. I was pretty much standing around waiting for them to fill up this dump truck with. They were digging a trench. We weren't like in downtown Spartanburg. We had to just fill it up with all the crap from down in the road, and we'd open up the cones, they'd drive off. We'd come back, we'd open up the cones. That was it. They did that like 5 times. Easy money. All overtime. Gotta love it.
I'm back. Sorry. My assistant director is here.
Y'all gonna have to remind me that next Monday is Post's second 25th birthday.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
25.
And I have successfully abdicated responsibility, so if I forget on Monday, it's y'all's fault, not mine.
It's a sad day when people are dependent on me and Walt to remember stuff.
Oh, you ain't never mind.
Or just a sad person that doesn't.
And you're right there in the boat with us.
Damn, Ian, that sucks. But are you sure that that wasn't a water-resistant phone? Not waterproof. I think the attorneys will tell you there's a difference.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
It probably is water-resistant up to like 3 or 4 inches. Anything beyond that, you're fucked. But like if you drop it on the ground and pee on it, you should be fine. Just don't drop it in a water puddle.
I'd always get the watches that I could dive down real deep with. And yeah, Mom taught me that. That's don't go swimming with your watch on.
That's been my weak spot the last week or so, couple weeks maybe. Ever since I didn't buy a truck, I've been
eyeballing watches.
You know what would be really cool is if I just eyeballed them. You know what would be really cheap is if I just eyeballed them. No, the collection has grown a little bit. And then I did find a guy kind of close that I can actually take them to, get them all cleaned up. Fresh batteries, fresh O-rings, water tested to make sure that because it says it's waterproof up to 200 meters, that it actually will be, on the off chance I decide to take it diving into the ocean, it would be actually waterproof up to 200 meters. But yeah, I don't even wear them in the shower. And like you can usually tell who made it by how waterproof it is. If it's like 50 meters, probably came from China. If it's 100 meters, probably came from Japan. If it's 200 meters plus, it probably came from Switzerland. At least that's been my experience as of late.
200 meters, 600. You know how many people have dove that deep? Probably less than 100. Probably way less than that, really. Like, there's only special divers. They got, like, special rigs with different gases and this and that go that deep. What is it, like 80 to 120 feet? And I think you have to go to a different gas, something like that.
You'd have to ask Savage. I don't know.
Yeah, he would know.
Like, the idea of needing to hold my breath underwater makes me a little panicky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. No, that's for the fishies, not for me.
That said, the watches I have been looking at are all diver watches. Not all, but like mostly. Just because I like the weight on my wrist. I like a good heavy watch. Big face. Anywhere from 48 to 52. But the very first one I bought for the collection, I finally got it to the watch repair shop, and apparently someone had probably tried to change the battery and didn't put the case on tight enough, and the crystal was all foggy, the movement was all eroded and had shit all over. It was completely shot, and it was going to cost about another $250 to get that Swiss movement replaced in it. But I found one for, it was $125, but I made him an offer. No, that's not true. It was $150 because I made him an offer of 123. And he accepted the 123. And that became the second most expensive watch I bought. Well, or at least the second most amount of money I ever paid for a watch. Usually they're anywhere from 30 to 50. Then I just go and they look real nice once they get cleaned up. Brought them back from my watch guy and they look real good. But Invicta, the brand I buy, are known back in the 50s, I guess, late 50s. The Russian Navy commissioned a series of watches from them. And ever since then, I guess they've used that same basic design as a Russian diver watch from Invicta. And them are nice and heavy. Nice, big, heavy watches.
How are they at keeping time?
Well, the ones that are at 50 meters do okay. The ones that are rated for 100 meters do a little bit better, but the ones rated for 200 meters tend to do real well.
Yeah, my Swiss watch is the only one that's ever really kept great time. And from France, even the digital ones, you would think would keep the best time, right? Nah, not so much. Yeah, my Tissot is the only watch I've had that I really don't need to mess with a minute here, a minute there, all that kind of stuff. I have to mess with the date more than the minute hand. That's how accurate that thing is.
Well, if you have to mess with the date, sounds like it's just really inaccurate.
Well, no, it's because of the...
It's off exactly 24 hours at a time. The time is always right on.
No, it's for the months. You know, it has 31, and some only have 30. So I have to flip it a day. Certain months. It's not that fancy to where it does the, you know, the whole year calendar. It just does a monthly calendar, and it goes up to 31 days. So when there's 30 days, I gotta cut a day off. And then in February, you know, you gotta do a couple there, and yeah. But no, the time, as far as to the minute, it's amazing. Those Swiss watches, they are worth it for if you want to keep time, accurate time.
And they're really, you can get a Swiss-made watch for relatively, like I said, I've got several. And that...
I didn't break the bank with this one either. It was pretty affordable for a, you know, a pocket watch like that.
And that's not true. I think I've got a Darth Vader watch that I paid a little bit more than the 123. Logan, is yours a multifunction watch? Do you have little dials like underneath the main hands? A lot of times you will have 2 second hands. If you're using a multifunction watch, one of those tiny little dials on the face, it'll go around as a second hand. But then also the big face with the hour and the minute hands, that second hand will also go around. And typically there's no need to have 2 sets of second hands going. And that's usually why multifunction watches like that'll drain a lot faster, is if you have both of your second hands going at the same time. But it was $26 a watch to take it in there, get a brand new battery put in it. So you can buy them pretty cheap on eBay when they just need a battery. If they just need a battery, that's the risk you run. But if you get it up there and my guy replaces the battery, replaces the O-ring, pressure tests it, and then time tests it to make sure it holds time. Cleans the whole thing up. All for $26. So it's really hard to beat. I found a cool little plastic case to carry him to the watch shop in. Holds 15 watches. Looks kind of like a gun case. Just don't ask me how many of those
I had a thing that...
You had what? Oh, you might be at the edge again, Zach. That might be what's going on.
Yeah, it's beeping at me every once in a while.
Ian, we should be calling cameras a watch, since that's what they do.
Very clever.
Just 2 single hands, but still drains out. I don't know. That's unusual. Maybe just a shit battery. Like if you flip it over, it should tell you if it's a Japanese movement or Swiss movement. And even then, a lot of the Japanese movements just contain Chinese gears and pulleys and stuff. No, Justin, not a trench coat. It's a little drop down that comes out of my hatchback. So I can just park and open the hatchback, and then like a wall drops down, and they're all lined up there. The trench coat I use for something completely different.
Oh, the humanity. Super Troopers. Is that what you use your trench coat for?
Flashing soccer moms.
Yep. Oh, here comes the sun.
Do 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 do.
I'm ready for the solstice. I'm ready for the days to start getting longer again. And people argue with me about this stuff. No, that doesn't start happening until January. Oh, goodness. Just shut up. The solstice is the 21st, 22nd. It sits there for 3 days and then starts coming back on the 25th. Then our days will start getting longer when the sun moves further north. And it's like, but isn't the solstice when the days are equal? 12? No. Equinox. Equal. That's when the days will be 12 hours. In most places. I don't know. They've been doing a lot of research on that lately, and it seems like the equinoxes are different in different places. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how all that. I don't know. The sky's a mystery to me. I'll go in and get my stuff for work. Oh, man. What are the gas prices around there? It depends on how close you are to the highway here. It goes from like $2.99 all the way down to $2.59, going like 4 miles. If you get 4 miles away from the interstate, the gas prices drop like 50 cents. Is that not crazy?
Huh. I mean, makes sense. Pretty sure that's the way it is around here, too.
Yeah, basically, it's the gig everywhere, I think.
Dang, it's already 5:30.
Yes, it is. Somehow. Somehow we made it to 5:30. I'm just playing catch up in chat, making sure I haven't missed anybody. I'm sure I have because of the name thing. It's got me all fucked up.
Man, have you guys ever been to a Wawa?
I have not
You
ever
guys
been.
stay safe out there today. Man, Wawas are awesome. Wawas are best gas station I've ever seen.
Ah, okay. I had no clue what you were talking about. I thought it was an event of some sort that I had missed out on.
No, they're all up and down the East Coast except for like South Carolina, maybe Georgia. I'm not sure where they start back up again. I know they're down in Florida. But they're just, it's like a Subway and I don't know, it's wild. All the different stuff you can get there and have like made to order right there. And if there's a drink you like, if there's a drink out there, they probably have it at the Wawa. It's pretty crazy. Our big one around here is QT's.
Yeah, that's our big one around here too. I think that one dumbass, the big dumbass gas station where I got ripped off. Where was that, Walter? What's that called? Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we got a couple of Buc-ee's in Missouri and maybe more on the way, or one coming this way or something. I don't know. Buck-fuckies.
Yeah, they've been planning on having one down the road from us here in Lafayette. Like 2 years they've been talking about it, and then they had to stop construction, and it started back up, and then it had to stop again. I don't know what they keep uncovering under the ground there that they got to stop construction, but yeah, it's been fired back up again recently. We'll see how long it goes now before they shut it down again. But I'm really like, yeah, I've had the Buc-ee's experience now. I'm good. I'm good.
The Buc-ee's experience.
So I'm just scanning through the pile here, and I noticed a headline of a story you dropped there, and I thought it was, well, I'll just read it out loud, see what you guys think. Here's the title. Tinnitus is somehow linked to a crucial bodily function.
Thank you.
Now, I have tinnitus, and I'm pretty sure it's linked to my hearing.
Right.
And so now I think I've got this. I don't need to read the whole story. I think I've got this figured out.
I thought that was one of the funniest fucking things. Like, explain what tinnitus is and see if we can't figure out exactly which bodily function it's connected to. Like, what the fuck?
I'm trying to see what they're really about. I really haven't found it yet. Just telling me all the noise and hissing and buzzing. And yeah, exactly. In my ear.
Breaking both your legs is linked to a crucial bodily function. Anybody care to guess which one?
No cause.
It's walking.
What? There's no known cause or cure despite a long list of... So what are we reading this story for? It's just linked to what? What is it linked to? Is it really here anywhere? Oh, sleep. Well, of course. It's all about how you sleep. Affects how your ears are hearing a noise that isn't there.
You know what's weird about my tinnitus is sometimes it starts off as silence. And not like I go mute, like I can't hear anything, but like there's a constant tinnitus that I've been ignoring, but it stops. And then a new one kicks in, and that's when I notice the tinnitus. It's like there's a silence of like the rushing in my head if you were to listen to a seashell, and all of a sudden the ocean goes quiet. And then a new ocean at a different pitch comes in. That's kind of like what my tinnitus is. It's like I know tinnitus is just about to set in when there's that brief instant of no issues with my hearing. Of calm, yeah, the calm before the tinnitus storm, so to speak.
Yeah, I think that's when they're shifting the harp, like when they have to shut down one frequency and let it kind of rest for a second, and they fire up that next frequency.
Or it's that area of cymatics in between the solid shapes where it's all disorganized.
Ah, that could be it as well.
It's sort of like noise canceling headphones on it. That's almost what it's like when you can switch between the noise canceling and then like the talk through or whatever it is, where you can hear the ambient noise, or just turning noise canceling off. That's kind of what it's like.
Yeah.
And it's weird because when that happens to me, I only hear the tinnitus at first, like after the calm. You like hear the tinnitus kick in, but then it kind of goes into background noise pretty much. You know what I mean? It's not like I notice the tone now, like forever or whatever.
Well, that's the beauty of the brain, I think.
Yeah, it kind of masks it for you.
Uh-huh. If you're married more than a couple years, you know the same thing happens.
Just tone that part out.
Yep, it just resonates at a very specific frequency that your brain learns to ignore. Sucks, but there it is.
Mm-hmm. $20 to go.
Oh, this does have some. I'm kind of scanning through this article just to see if it ever got anywhere. It does say acknowledging. Oh crap! Where is it? That wasn't it. Actually, sorry. It scrolled. God dog it now. Where is it? 24-hour deep sleep.
Acknowledging there is a problem.
This year, acknowledging. Nope. Okay. Last year, a study from China found that individuals with tinnitus were less able to suppress the hyperactivity of their awake brains as they transitioned into a sleep state. Well, that describes me pretty fucking good, because it's pretty much as soon as I get horizontal in the bed.
Yeah, I have to put on something on the TV that I've seen 1,000 times.
MST3K is my go-to. Yep.
Yeah, just background noise to drown out all that. Yeah, otherwise, like when I was camping, that was hard. It was hard to fall asleep some nights. And then I got all the Rick and Morty's downloaded, and that made it easier. Yeah, I was talking with this guy. He's a big Rick and Morty fan. And yeah, the last season was pretty good. Compared to like 5 and 6. Dude, go on if you're going. Don't be. Sorry.
We're good.
I can't say when people start to turn and then decide I'm going to stop. Like, dude, commit. Just go. What are you doing? Don't pull halfway out in the road and then stop.
Sorry, I was playing catch up in chat, and I see Nemo's saying, until I hear, am I just talking to myself? Yeah, that's usually when I start paying attention again. Oh, that's great. Oh, wow, here's a name. I have to go find out who this is. Who is this? Ah, Mike D. Okay. What's up, Mike? Yeah, man, the whole thing with the earbuds and the wirelessness and all that. I mean, okay, so I hated phones, didn't want one. When I first even started using one that someone had that I was dating at the time, I could feel like the tumors start growing in my head. And it would get hot when I'd use a phone. So I quit using those. And then I finally got a cell phone. Got sucked in by the demon. Same thing with earbuds. I sat here for, I would guess 7 to 8 years trying out different headphone arrangements. Because if you're not a glasses wearer, you don't realize how uncomfortable it is to wear a pair of cans for an extended period of time as they push in on the temples of your glasses. They're very uncomfortable. And while it's fine for just sitting around listening, take your glasses off and makes it comfortable, it's hard to do when you're doing a show and trying to read chat and things like that. And as I can't wear contacts, I'm pretty much locked into my glasses. And so then I discovered the wonderful world of wired earbuds. And those were great, except about that whole 2 or 3 years ago, got cats who insist on visiting me during the show and tend to find a moving wire very enticing because, we play with them with a fucking wire basically on the end of a stick with a feather hanging off of it and then fuss at them for chewing on every other wire in the house. So I get it. I do understand where they're coming from. That doesn't make the fact that they're chewing through my earbuds and all my headphone wires pretty regularly an inescapable fact. And I guess it was finding that first decent pair that finally sold me on them, and I was locked in. And so now I've got way too many pairs of wireless earbuds floating around. I've got a pair that I use for the water at the gym. I've got a pair that are the noise canceling, blocks out the world for the bedroom. And then I have these that were kind of one of the early pairs I was trying that I didn't really know yet what I was looking for. And these are my kind of go-to show buds. And that's, constant. Not all day. It's 2 hours every 2 hours every other day here. And then anytime I'm doing guitar quietly for Michelle, I have a pair on. For the music, I don't put my guitar through them. You pretty much can't do that with the latency. But yeah, I'll play the music through the wire and then play along to it, and that helps keep some of the noise down. But yeah, I've definitely become an aficionado of wireless, as bad as I know it is for me. But I figure this, as much EMF as I'm stewing in on a daily basis, is it really gonna matter? Justin, I see Justin in chat saying JBLs are great. I have a couple pairs. My friend, I'll tell you, that was one of the ones I found early on and was like, what? I grew up with like JBL monitors at the studio where I worked at the radio station. And we had, in fact, we called it the JBL test. At a certain hour, we would play a certain heavier song, quite, louder song, whatever. And, seems like there was another place I was JBL'd a lot in the studio, but where else? Oh, at Dr. Blood, we had those as our sound effect in the haunted house we did every year. And so JBL, yeah, so I bought a pair. Hate them. They didn't have a good fit, feel, comfort level, quality of sound. So they're actually, I see the box that they're in as a closed up thing with that written on the box so that I know they're in there, but they're definitely like I've lost every pair in existence that I own. Let me see where those JBLs are for me. Yep, that's me too, Brian. That connection issue. If I walked away from with most of the pairs I have, I can walk from here to the kitchen, and sometimes from here to the bathroom on break or whatever, and still hear the conversations and not lose it. But yeah, with those JBLs, if I walk 10 feet away or even 5 feet away from this connection, they just cut out. My go-to now is a brand called Soundcore by, I think they're by the Anchor Company. And those are the wireless, the noise canceling ones I have. Those are my go-to for like music, or enjoying a podcast, or, I'm in the car with Mel and Michelle and they're listening to, well, they're not. Melanie has her playlist going, and it's like a lot of music I don't like at all. Not that I just can't tolerate it. I hate it. It's like stuff. I'm like, what is wrong with you? We constantly give her shit for her musical taste. So I'll usually throw them on in the car when we're doing the garage sales. But yeah, Tozo, T-O-Z-O, 118s are my waterproof IPX8. Waterproof, not water resistant. They are waterproof. I have dropped them to the bottom of the pool twice now, out of my ears. Picked them up, dried them off, stuck them back in. They fired right back up. They're still charged. They still work. They've never stopped working by being wet. They are truly IP8, and they're good. I'll send you a link to them because they are the best for that, for activity and being in the water and that kind of stuff, in the gym. They're great. They don't have sound cancellation, but their sound, like their, what's the word? The sound floor is phenomenal. They're really good. And they're going up in price. When I found them, I paid like $10 on a special with like the coupon they sometimes throw at you on Amazon thing. But I think last time I checked, they're approaching the $30 area. And Tozo makes quite a few earbuds, and you'll see some and they'll be a little more pricey, or they'll seem to imply that there's better something about this particular pair. It's not. I've tried almost every set of Tozo out there once I fell in love with the T18s, T18s, whatever they're called, and have sent them all back. Like I sent every other pair of Tozos I've ever tried back. But the T18s or T18 or whatever they're called are my go-to. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Oh, look, they're 10 off right now. They've taken them back down to 20 because they were at 30 last time I kind of saw them go by in my... Some people buy this as well when I'm looking at whatever. And they usually throw that in there, and I'm like, yeah, I know I bought it. Get off me.
Have you guys noticed
Crazy 118. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
In homeless in your area?
I have not.
Maybe it's just because I'm not in downtown Spartanburg all the time, but I have been the last couple weeks. I'm noticing a lot more homeless people than I ever have before in the area. And I think a lot of it has to do with, the Section 8 housing and the SNAP and this and that. And there's a lot of people out there that need help right now. I mean, a lot of people that need to start helping themselves, for one, but a lot of people that need help. I haven't seen any children out with any of these people or anything yet. So that's, oh crap, we got lights flashing already. What's going on here? Somebody hit a pole or something, and everybody just driving through. I mean, come on, people, when this happens, it should be a stoplight or a stop sign. All right, there's just one, and that hopefully ain't where I'm going to be working today. Yeah, I think it was Thursday, they had all three of us out. They had to cut the power to 3 different stoplights in downtown Spartanburg. One guy, it was like his second day. I was like, oh, geez, this is going to be interesting. What the fuck?
Sound like me when I drive.
Bunch of giant buses parked in the public parking area.
ICE detainees coming from North Carolina.
They're talking about they're going to be having roadblocks here. ICE. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that either, Josh. Papers, please. I was gonna be like, dude, look at me. Listen to me.
Has that 100-mile Constitution free zone and that southern border area not taught them anything? Do I need to sit them down and show them checkpoint ID refusals?
Am I free to go?
I don't answer questions.
Am I free to go? Those are the two things you have to know how to say. I bet a lot of those guys down there, they already know as soon as, unless they're having a real bad day, they're like, oh, one of these, okay, go on. Just get out of my sight.
Maybe. Or maybe this is the militarization of the police that was attempted with Obama, but was pointed out and quickly sort of swept under the rug, to which now the tune became, oh, well, what we need to do is actually defund the police. Whereas 8 years ago, we were militarizing the police. Now we just need to defund them because look at how militarized they are. Excuse me. You're the ones that militarized them in the first place. And I think now we're seeing the synthesis of the left and the right. After the left has militarized it, now the right's going to, and then demonized the militarization. Now the right's going to come along and use that militarization under the auspices that, well, it's public sentiment. The public wants this done. This is what they elected us to do. So we're going to set up checkpoints and completely disregard the Fourth Amendment. And you all just learn to fucking like it. Learn to fudge and like it. I mean, there's a lot to be said for, you know, mass deportations, but not at any cost.
Yeah.
Get down, get down, get down. Upstairs.
Yeah, I mean, 20 million people over a 4-year period coming in unannounced. I knew drastic measures were going to be taken. Now, there needs to be, if these things start happening, there definitely needs to be a time limit. This isn't, you know, open-ended checkpoints, stuff like that. We can't allow that. But I understand drastic things need to be done in order to fix this problem because it was such a large problem that happened so quickly. If that makes sense. I'm not on board with this, so to say. But at the same time, I understand where they're coming from.
Uh-huh. And I think,
yeah, this is a hard one for me.
I think there's a lot of frustrated law enforcement out there, too. They've been forced to sit on their hands through COVID and through the BLM riots and all that shit that are just aching. They've been taking notes and just aching to get back out there and crack some skulls.
So having grown up in a Section 8 house, I can definitely confirm that, yeah, the best thing is to, if you get into that, then the best thing to do is quit your job, start like riding the couch, get rid of all possible ambition for improving your life in any way. Because as soon as you do that and get a little raise at work or whatever, then you're immediately on the road or out on the street or whatever, because that's what happened to us. We got in, finally got some stability to our quickly changing lives at that point after my folks got divorced and mom was trying to figure out our life, and got it, loved it, did junior high and part of high school there, and then suddenly got home and found mom really upset and letting us know that we needed to figure out what was going to go with us. And we we were having to get out of there within a few days. Truly, it was like, what? Because her income had improved just a little bit. Not enough for us to go anywhere else easily, but too much for us to be able to continue to get a little help. So don't help yourself if you're getting into that situation. You have to completely give up on life for that to work out. Fuckers.
Like the demons.
Yeah. What's up, chocolate lady? You hear mama in there?
Yeah, well, it's going to get interesting around here for sure. See how the people react to all this stuff.
That's crazy, Mike. There's people here in Louisiana still living in FEMA housing that I'm aware of. That was a thing recently. Let me see if that's still the case. Yep, some people are still in their FEMA housing from the hurricanes, Ida, Laura, Delta, and even Katrina. That's fucking nuts. Terrebonne Parish, Lake Charles area, FEMA is working on with other agencies to connect survivors with resources to move into more permanent solutions. However, the progress has been slowed for many, with some residents still waiting for temporary housing long after the disasters occurred. Pretty crazy.
Mike says they've had the worst experience with FEMA. They've been in a FEMA apartment, and they're supposed to have it until April of next year, but they're getting kicked out early.
That sounds about the speed of what I'm seeing here, too. Yeah, pretty crazy. Right. It must be, oh yeah, I'd say it must be really close because all the cats are here now underfoot, running on the keyboard, and it is that time. Thank you all for hanging out this morning with us.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like here. They know they're here. They're letting me know. Thank you guys. I mean, literally, all four of them are here. Mama's the only one not here right now. And she was here just a few minutes ago. Anyway, thank you guys. Love y'all.
Yeah, love you guys. Appreciate starting off the week with you. It's the best way to do it. Thanks again to the Tinfoil Sombrero for having us on last night. Make sure you head on over there and check them out. Make sure you head on over to the Doobie Den podcast. Tell them IRM and Josh sent you over there. And tell them we'll see you on Wednesday morning for more of the IronWorX. Make sure you guys be good. Make sure you be well. Do good and do it well. We love you. Bye-bye.